Welcome to the Richmond Film Network podcast, your all-access pass to the world of independent cinema. Each week, we go beyond the credits and sit down with the creatives who turn vision into reality. Tune in weekly to find out who's on the RFN pod. Welcome, everyone, to the Richmond Film Network podcast. I'm Lisa Giles, your host, and I'm here today with Savas Alpaltun and Aso Sherabayani, London-based filmmaker and actor who bring their film The Visitor to RFN IndieFest on November 15th. Welcome to the podcast, Savas and Aso.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
So let's start with the big picture. Tell me what The Visitor is about.
The Visitor is about someone who really want to make change in his life, but always he is just postponing. Instead of living, he wants to collect money, and all of a sudden he facing the death. So, and he understands he doesn't have any more time to live. So he's trying to create kind of connection with the angel of death. He tried to convince him. He really hustles. However, he cannot be success.
This is such a clever premise. It's a dark subject, but it's told in such a way that it's funny. it's funny. So Savas, how did you come up with the idea for this film?
Actually, I come across the character many times because when I go anywhere, I'm just absorbing people because everyone can be any character candidate to me. So I saw Kareem's character in many places, not like that, but almost. So I thought if I use this character in a film, that would be good. And the comedy genre was the more suitable place. And then I created that script. I sent it to Aso because I was picturing the character as his face, and then he loved it, and we made it.
Okay, so the collaboration, you all have worked together before, I presume then.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and so Aso was always intended to be Kareem then.
Yeah, well, before that, what we've done is actually we met in the cafe and we were talking about what would be our next project, and Savas told me, "Hey, I've got this idea. What do you think?" And I was like, "Perfect. Just go write it and send it to me." So as soon as he went home, he wrote it, he sent it over, and that's how we work together. You know, like we sit down for coffee and discuss, ideas. And it was very brief. It was literally about 20 minutes, and then that's it. The rest, we start working and gathering the crew and the cast, and we shot it in 7.5 hours. It was really intense, but we all loved it. We had fun, actually.
So how many pages was the script and how long did it take to shoot?
Oh. Well, this is what I think I'll leave to Savas to talk about that,
Actually, in first draft, it was around 22 pages because I wrote all the other inserts as well. And then when we spoke together, I said, instead of showing all the inserts, why we are not implying. And then I cut out all that bit and turned into 15 pages or something. And yeah, we shoot it in 7 hours, I believe, approximately. But it was beautiful, be honest, in 7 hours in a one location. Because we were really, really well prepared, and in actors, they were brilliant. To be honest, it was so easy, and my crew, we worked them. It's been around 3 or 4 projects now. They know my style, I know them, so we smoothly shot it in 7.5 hours or something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, we had the location just for like a night, and that off license, it was basically 24 hours operating. So as Savas was saying, is like, yeah, the crew, we work as a harmony dynamic, so we kind of understood each other. It wasn't easy for us, to be honest, as a cast, as an actor, because 14 pages, and as you know, that there's so many lines, and the pace, we have to keep it up. It was like needed that energy, and especially when you work at night. At night, it's a little bit difficult because to keep up the energy. However, it was one location, and it was a really tight space. So when you have a tight space, also kind of like isolating you in that location, so it doesn't give you that much vibe and energy. However, we tried our best.
That really blows my mind. 7 hours. That is incredible. I understand you work together, you understand each other's styles, and so you're vibing, but still, Savas, you said that you were very well prepared. How do you prepare for that? That's just, I mean, I can't, my mind is blown. 7 hours.
Be honest, I already shoot the film in my mind. In every plan, it was in my mind, because I knew where will I put the camera. I knew what kind of reaction I was expecting from my actors. Uh, the comedy is mostly rely on actors' performance. The directors, yeah, of course, we have power over them. But the end of the day, they are face of the film, so they are the characters. So they were also really well prepared, and then we made it. I don't know, it was kind of a miracle, but even though we managed to do it, because we were believing the project, and we really had fun during the even table read. We were laughing a lot, so they were ready and they were there. I just recorded, that's all.
So, Aso, how long did you have the script? How much time did you have to prepare with the script?
I think with this script, because I was a casting director as well, so I have to prepare for the casting as well. I have to cast in the same time to prepare for my role. So I had the script. I think it was about a week and a half.
Yep.
We sort of like yeah, about a week and a half. Yeah, no, it was like. Luckily, I have to say one thing. Thanks to the producer, we had a great producer and the crew. So the producer did a lot of work with us and helped us. But also, to manage to do casting and at the same time preparing for a role is extra difficult. So a week and a half we had to learn our lines and to build the character, research, and it was a lot of dedication. I think what was for me was like I was quite passionate about the project. When Savas sent me the script, I straight away kind of like get sort of like resonate with things I've seen in my life as well. I've seen the characters, and I was like, yeah, really good. Perhaps there's a lot of metaphor in it, and there's like subtext into it. Or those metaphor and subtext, I was quite careful with how to deal with it. So yeah, it was a week and a half.
So let's talk about that. Kareem's character, he's witty, he's flawed, he's definitely not ready to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did you prepare to play Kareem?
I think for me, it was a like three-dimension subject for Kareem. First of all, the religion. I need to make a research about how religious he is. Secondly, how he's obsessed and about money and his life and his surrounding where he likes. And thirdly, how skillful with teasing everybody. Like going around. I mean, haggle and taking a different road. So all these kind of skills and the research about religion and also is about selfishness to put it together. So I made a lot of research to find out how can I bring all this together and to build the structures. So those three dimensions, it was like a key factor for me to build Kareem's character.
Okay, and so since you were casting director, your Azrael was obviously important to find the person that you're going to have this chemistry with, and he's fabulous. His deadpan delivery so good. Joseph Samimi.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yes.
So tell me about casting him. Was he a clear choice when you got the submissions for the character? Did he stand out immediately? You knew he was the guy.
Yes, absolutely. Because I worked with him. We did a play, a theater.
Okay.
But there was other actors in my mind as well, because I worked with some other production and I have some friends. In the same time, also we've done some advertise for it. We received some self tapes. But he really stand out. I really like someone like a refined building, you know, like handsome and emotionless. And he literally delivered that. It was like the one that I wanted to cast. And I said to Savas, that's Azrael for sure.
Well,
Actually, can I add something in over here? Joseph is a brilliant actor, no doubt. When he came to the set, he was so energetic. So he was so passionate about the project, and that he wants to just get in. But I wanted to be him, very, how can I say, tired, and how can I say, very pale. So I shooted his scenes at the very end. So I need to admit this one. I'm sorry, Joseph.
Yeah. So that was a technical thing. So obviously in filming, you know, like if you want basically emotionless character, is really, really, really good that director, as he mentioned, Savage, that he left Joseph's scenes to the end and sort of like dehydrated, you know, completely. The emotion expression, everything's gone in him. So he got into character literally during we were shooting other scenes.
okay, you guys are blowing my mind right now. So, okay, so when, Aso, your scenes with you behind the counter, there is no Joseph?
N- Not all the time. There was just literally me and the crew, you know, and not all the time. So yeah, there was sometimes, you know, like just I needed reaction for lines and action and reaction that we can get, but not all the time. No, I would say 70% he wasn't there while I was doing that, except our scenes together that there are like a reverse shot we were doing. Yes.
Okay, so Savash, did you give Joseph any specific direction, for the angel of death that that he is presenting? Because he's it's unexpected. It was unexpected for me anyway, the way that he brought the character. He's, you know, he's funny. He's, you know, he's witty. He's not dark and, you know, and fearful and scary. He's kind of likable even. So, did you give him that direction or did he come with that?
No, I gave him. I said, first of all, if someone has the power, it's mean they know the answer. And when they ask questions that already they know, it gives them power because we are calling that truth. Truth is also funny. If you look at it in a way, it looks so funny. When I said to Joseph, Joseph, you already know everything. Kareem is your toy. He thinks he can convince you, but just let him play for a while and then show your power. And be cool. You are the coolest man on the earth or other side, I don't know. So just be cool. You don't have to act. Just give expressions. That's all. Maybe tiny gestures, but not more than that. So it worked eventually.
Okay, so tell me about the location. You mentioned that you had the location for a short time, and this story can take place anywhere. And obviously, you know, when shooting a film, you know, locations can be tricky. So, was the convenience store, was that how the story was written, or is that just kind of where you ended up because that's what you could get?
Actually, before I wrote script, I already knew I need an off license because the character needs kind of a real environment to convince the audience. Because writing a comedy, it's kind of, you know, walking in a very tight rope in a gusty wind. So creating that character, you need correct environment. Yeah, as you said, we could have shoot in somewhere else, but it would be very plastic. Instead of you know, getting that tricky, I just wanted to be in real location. It was extremely difficult to find one. Anyway, uh, thank you. Thanks, by the way, the shop owner. He let us to shoot the film. So I just wanted to be everything real. Even the character needs to feel that. So if it touched, you know, reality one feet, it gives that energy to audience as well. Otherwise, they will just play around. It was going to look like a sketch. I don't want to do that. I just wanted to reality become comedy.
Just to add to that, I think also because uh, our project, it was a low budget project, so we didn't have a budget for a studio to hire a studio to build the off license. So we're very lucky that we have amazing network where we are. So the shop that we shot The Visitor is literally 5 minutes walk from me. So and also there is a friend of ours. He has a cafe just opposite that shop. And he said, "Oh, I've got a friend of mine. He's got that off license, you know." So we looked at a few off licenses around, and they were asking for some money, you know, and we were like, we can't afford that budget for it. So he basically, the cafe owner was a link for us to go to convince the shop owner so we can use that. So Savas, I think he went a few times. He looked at it, he was like, "Yeah,
Yep.
this is perfect." So he was very generous, the shop, and he was like, "Yeah, you can use it, but from 10 o'clock or maybe from 11 o'clock. That's the only time it was." So again, it's to do with networking. So it's we had amazing friends, and they helped us, and they found the location and convinced the owner of the off license to give us opportunity to film this visitor in his shop.
So yeah, speaking of budgets, most independent films work with very small budgets and get very creative with resources or lack of resources. Would you say that having such a small budget and minimal resources, does that boost creativity or does that limit creativity for you?
Yeah, it boosts creative because you are rely on your source. You don't have any big budget to create, more artistic stuff or whatever. But sometimes it's not necessary because, in my point of view, everything rely on the good script. If you have a good script, good idea, if you write uh, uh, in a good way, so you can make a film. It will be okay. Of course, as a director, I always want to have big budget to create my own other ideas, but it works in this way. And also, we liked, we made it another film together. It was a very high budget. I like this film more than that, actually. It was so cinematic and so brilliant. But this film, it was kind of, keep us alive or something. I don't know. What will I so say? I don't know.
I think source is quite vital. However, if you don't have it, it's fine. It's if you don't have that sources for creativity, but you can create it by asking, and that's only ways you could go forward by asking. You know that by asking you can find a lot of answers. You know, and that's how you start to build up the sources. Obviously, through the sources, you start find out more information, and that will enrich the script and our creativity. So we started with a really basic idea for visitor, but what it helps us those sources and bring location, what location we want, what exactly internal or external, how is going to help us, are we going to go out? So these are really important for the production to find out whether it's going to help, how it's going to help the process of filming. So I definitely agree, if you don't have a sources, but you can create it.
So the back room where Kareem prays, is that was that same location? So that literally was the back room of your location?
Absolutely, yes, it was. It was all part of it. Like when I first time I went seeing the shop, I was like, "Wow, that's fantastic. We have really advantage, to use this location because the scenes for Kareem when he prays, especially between the drinks, that was perfect for us. And there was other rooms as well, but we just needed that much. The location is quite narrow, very narrow all the way down. So yeah, we were lucky to use those room as well.
I love that shot and how narrow it was because it felt, I mean, it felt claustrophobic. It felt, he's about to, you know, kick the bucket. He's he's about
Yeah.
to die. So, I mean, and it felt very appropriate, this confining, constricting space. So I love that shot took place there at that time. Thought that was
I
perfect.
totally agree. I totally. I love it as well for some other reason as well. It's like that's very kind of like isolated area. And in the same time, it's like when you queuing up in a one line, and it feels like Kareem is praying and queuing up for something. So that's what we wanted to achieve, which is really that bit of darkness, and we don't want it white shot. We need, like more kind of compact place, so he feels like he's isolated, as you said.
I wonder, Savas, was there any version of the script where Kareem wins against death, or was he always meant to go?
Actually, I can give you another answer. When we finished this, the visitor after the editing, close friends, they watched the film, and then almost everyone asked, "What happened next? What happened next? What happened to him? What's gonna happen?" And then they gave us an idea, turn this film a series, maybe TV series. It could be, I don't know, whatever. But we already wrote the second episode anyway. There is no way Kareem can win because he's just a subject. He's just a struggling.
Well, yeah, and we all got to go, right? So I
Yeah. Well, what I like about, because that kind of confrontation between Azrael and Kareem is actually, it doesn't accept his fate. He does not accept that, and he used all this knowledge that he learned through his religion to basically fight back. And this is, for me, was very exciting. To whatever he learned, that is basically, he's a believer, but in the same time he used those tools to fight back and to say, hey, I'm not gonna take this. I want to remain here. Give me an opportunity. Yeah. So this is not fair. But then, hey, when your time comes, it comes. That's it. There's no way to return. So I like his determination. He's really fighting. But in a way, it's funny. It's a very kind of a lot of humor in it, what he says, because he does not expect that what's being recorded on him. He feels like whatever he'd done in the past is just gone. But surprise, surprise, everything's come back to him.
So let's talk a little bit more about the creative process. And tell me again what country you're from.
I'm from Turkey. I'm based in London. It's been 15 years I moved there.
And
And
also,
Well, I'm originally from Kurdistan. I left, I was like very young, 15, and I've been living in London since 2001.
okay, so my question goes toward cultural differences and creativity and humor. Obviously, death is a universal. That's something we all must experience. So that's something that doesn't matter where you're from. But humor can be a little bit, different culturally. What some cultures might find humorous, others might not. So in creating the story and in filming the story, was there considerations that needed to be made for it to become universal when considering cultural differences? Does that make
uh,
sense?
yeah, it does. Actually, I already considered that many times while I was writing. I thought, yeah, maybe jokes and imply stuff are so cultural, or maybe a bit more local. However, I rely on the truth, and then I realize if you tell the truth, your audience will understand. It doesn't matter which language, which culture you come from. So I rely on that because death is the only truth that we know so far. So everyone will die. And then, they give kind of a cover to death always. People, thinking death is so dramatic and creating sadness, something very just broken your heart. And then I thought, no, it can be funny as well because it's part of our life. When someone fell down, when we laugh, when someone died, we can laugh too. So what's the difference? And just give the one good goodbye to someone. In a way, it can work. So instead of just crying behind someone, you can laugh as well. So that's I wanted to do. That was my intention. and the universal norms comes afterwards, because we are telling very universal story and subject. Everyone will die in our way. Kareem will die in a funny way.
And I think also is culture-wise is a language. There are, if you notice that Kareem has a few lines in like in Arabic, or like, let's say, a word from where he's like saying Tobe Allah, it means like God forgive me. So these are like a flavor, like giving more opportunity for audience to see what does that mean, where it comes from. Obviously, Kareem is not like being does it like he could be any from anywhere, any country, but he's obviously Muslim. But language, I would say, language and physicality as well. That basically can bring some more flavor in the humor as well. So we really like to bring that. And when I actually made some research, I've actually looked at a few people like I used to know, and they were like from different background. One of them was from Bangladesh, the other one was from Kurdistan, and there was one from Iraq. So I was like, yeah, this is great. I can bring that language into it, and language really does makes it even funnier.
Agree. Agree 100%. So, Savas, talk to me a little bit about the crew that you had working with you.
My crew, they are really funny people as well. Seriously, they love makes jokes about everything. And when I show the script them, and they said, okay, when we are doing, just give us the date, then we'll be there. Because they all professional, and they worked in the industry for a long time, in Turkey as well as in the UK, and then many places as well. So they are so professional, and they know when they know what to do when they get on the set. So that kind of professionalism is creates more time saving as well as energy saving. As a director, it is kind of a heaven, working with them, because they know what they are doing, they know where they're gonna stand, they know what kind of light I want, they know uh, what kind of position camera will be. They know me, so I know them. That's why we managed to make it in 7 hours, this film. So actually, my crew, they are wonderful. Very big thanks to them again.
And what are their names?
Our DOP is Güray Varol.
I think
Uh,
he's the funniest guy, I would say.
he's funniest than us. Definitely, he's funniest than us.
Yeah.
But he's not in front of the camera. That's the issue. He could be a stand-up comedian, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our sound directors, Aykut Evin, and also Cihan Şenlik, our gaffer. There are many, to be honest, behind the scene. There are many. And also, we need to thanks to Marta. I was about to forget. She created a good atmosphere and a very well prepared for us. That's why we managed to make it.
Was that Martha who played who was the actress?
No, our producer.
Oh, your producer. Okay. But there's a Martha, the female cast
Yeah.
member. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So we have Martha and Marta. So
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
One thing also in terms of, sorry, just to add about the networking, because Samash worked in Turkey and you worked with this crew back in Turkey, and it's incredible when you work with a team. Then you come on. They mostly actually came with they live in UK, so their dedication, that's the most important things for me, was they were very like ready there, dedicated their time, their work. Even though there were some of them on set in the daytime, they came, they worked in the evening with us, and that was incredible. So this is what is it? I mean, they all basically, when you rely and you have a reliable people working with, obviously the job will be easier.
It's
Absolutely.
everything, especially in independent film where,
Yep.
you have such few resources, and yeah, having that great team is everything. So
Absolutely.
I totally understand. Um, let's switch to a quick lightning round. Favorite dark comedy film of all time?
Big Lebowski.
Oh,
Lavorsky. It's the same for me actually
Agree.
because that's one of my
Okay.
favorites. But there are many actually.
Yeah.
I mean, not dark comedy, but I actually, I mean, I love sitcom. You know, like for instance, you know, we have in UK Faulty Tower. I don't know if you know about Faulty Tower.
No.
No, it's incredible sitcom. It's so funny. And I mean, Kareem could be one of the lead character in that Faulty Tower. You know, he's a guy. He's running the hotel, and he's got a waiter. He's Spanish. Everything goes mistranslation, misunderstanding. You know, it's fantastic. You know, the receiving guest and things goes wrong in that hotel. So Faulty Tower for me is one of my favorite sitcom. I would say.
If death knocked on your door today, what would you say or do to buy yourself 5 more minutes?
Oh. Uh, Actually, I will have many questions. Most likely, I'm gonna buy 5 minutes.
I would laugh. Nothing else. Just laughing and take it. You know, that's all I would do because I can't escape from it.
I would see myself being Kareem. I would be bargaining as much as possible.
I like that. I like that. You know, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, sometimes I was like, after when we finished the filming, I was like, is it really in in the real life? Is it going to be like this? Or like when I get older, is it going to? I'm going to question things. I started to think about heaven. You know, how is going to heaven run? You know, or are we going to different direction? So there was like a lot of funny moment in my head thinking about the future.
For sure. What is, Savas, this is more for you or for both of you. What is one rule of filmmaking that you love to break?
Oh, I would say timing, most likely timing, because sometimes when I make preparation, I'm just putting kind of setting the time for a particular scene. Uh, However, when I come that time, I feel no, it's not ready to shoot. So that's why I always changing places, and sometimes I'm not shooting in that day, maybe the other day.
Okay. Also, do you have
I,
it?
I Yeah, I think for me as an actor is a method acting. I'm not a method actor, so I like to be immersive. That immersive is improvisation that allows me to develop the character and freedom to obviously with the permission with the director. But I would say breaking the method acting for me.
Okay, which leads to the question for Savas, how much of that did you allow or did you give Aso the room to do?
Uh, you know, I usually want to have more from the actors because I'm already writing all the basic and fundamental stuff. They are already there, so I'm already creating that atmosphere um, and the story for them. And if they add something, I hopefully, waiting. If they add something, with pleasure, I'm accepting. For instance, Aso added couple of more lines and they were perfect, so I didn't touch, even I didn't infiltrate. I just let them to do it because if you have a certain level from them, if they give anything above, more than welcome. I always give that freedom to my actors.
Did either of you have any unexpected revelations, while making the film or after seeing it for the first time?
I think for me it was yeah, it was making during filming because when you read the script and you're like when you're on set it's sort of a difference, you know. I found myself helping with the atmosphere there, so it was quite what was in my mind, it was like a bit different than there. I think during the filming for me was, yeah, I would say revelation during that time started building up there instead of in the post production. But in the post production, also I've seen some footages. I was like, yeah, this is incredible. I don't usually like to see myself behind the camera or the clip until I finish the whole takes or the whole film. So I would say during the filming for me.
Post-production, of course, for me, because I already know what I'm shooting. I already see from the monitor, and then I already have everything. But sometimes you can lose your film on the table, which is the editing. I would say editing, because during the edit period, as Einstein says, editing is recreating the film. So, balancing all the pace and everything. Yeah, I would say editing.
Who was the editor?
Our dear friend Yusuf Zia Kaya.
And are you very intimately, are you there the entire time during the editing process, or?
Not the entire time. When he finished the first cut, and then we start to talk. And actually, he already knew what he was doing. Even though first cut, I would say it was very close to final cut, to be honest, because he already put everything correctly. I told him many times, and he thanks anyway. I thank to him as well.
Well, you guys are a well-oiled machine. I mean,
Yes,
to
we are.
to to
I would say that.
work so well together, and first cut is almost final cut. My goodness, that's amazing. So what's next for both of you? I know that The Visitor is just now starting its festival journey, but I am always told that there's always another project. When one takes its flight, there's always something else in the background. So are you guys working on anything else?
Actually, we do. At the moment, as I mentioned earlier, we are working on the second episode of The Visitor, and hopefully we are turning into a TV series. And also we have another film which is called Tide, and we are working on that as well. And hopefully, if we get enough funds, we're gonna start our feature film. Actually, we are really well prepared, and we are just waiting to some fuel to accelerate this car.
Yeah, I think what Savas says. Yeah, for me, it's because I work as an actor, so I'm always auditioning, working in different projects. But with Savas is as you mentioned that The Visitor will be a TV series, so we basically going to make it 8 episodes, and the other short film, which is he mentioned called Tide, it's a really something special for us subject wise, and I'm going to Bristol in November doing something there, which is
Fun.
another city outside London. Yeah.
Fun. So obviously, also, you can't return to the next episode of The Visitor because
No, I think you might be surprised, what
Yeah.
Kareem will become.
okay, well, I'll take that back. Okay,
Yes,
fun.
yes, you'll be I mean, you will be surprised, because as I said, Kareem is quite skillful, he's not gonna let it go.
Yeah, not that easy.
The wheels are turning. I have
Yeah.
ideas. I have ideas. Oh, that is so fun. That is so fun. Can't wait to see the next episodes. Um,
Fantastic.
well, you guys, this has been so much fun. I'm so sorry you won't be able to be with us here on November 15th, but there is a little bit of of an ocean between us, so I understand. But we will definitely be celebrating The Visitor here in Richmond, Virginia on November 15th.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the Richmond Film Network selecting our film, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed it. It's a fun film, and enjoy it.
Thank you very much to having us, and then for this wonderful chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Richmond Film Network podcast. Thanks to our guest and to you, our listeners, for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Tune in next week to see who's on the RFN pod. Until then, keep the cameras rolling.